All right, hello. Welcome, chat and everyone today to another rando blackout true end tourney race. We have Group C, match 5 today, which is Valentin Aiden, Team Dash at Morlek versus Insomnia and Underline Team Retirement Home. Purple team versus green team, and we will be commencing fairly shortly. You're joined today by myself, Snowy, and also my co-commentator, Azure. I should say hi to chat.
Hello.
And we will be getting commenced quite shortly. Just a moment.
UP 64 grubs? Yeah.
Yippee, 46 grubs.
46. Did I say 64? Same
indeed.
thing.
Counting down the runners. And they should be getting commenced quite shortly. 92 grubs, yes. Maybe we'll get that goal eventually. And here we go. Looks like the runners are starting up now.
Off and running.
Indeed, so
all right.
the green path start, everyone's favorite. Looks like half of our runners are still waiting, but should be picking up fairly soon. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Cool.
And the other one is a Stagnest. Okay.
Yep.
Dash
and
immediately.
Dash first item in Stagnest. I think the runners will be fairly happy about that. Not going to be walking around for the entirety of this stream, although I will say green team Dash at Morlek has immediately live block, or that's always
could still be a Dash and Morlek.
It could still be a Dash at Morlek, that is true. I guess I shouldn't speak so soon. Yeah, so we have green path start and a cliff start. It'll be interesting to see for the cliff start players if they decide to immediately go to Dirtmouth or not, or if they do left cliffs. But I imagine we'll see very similar routing from them, and the green path runners will probably go up through green path. Nothing crazy there, but yeah, we've got some MMC fights happening as we speak.
Ooh, and a crossroads stag. So they're able to get there faster if they want to.
Yeah, so in case our green path runners are feeling like green path is not the call, actually we're seeing a bench warp from Aiden right now. Just heading back to Mardo here. Probably gonna head into cliffs. Yeah, it does look like it, and we're seeing, I believe, the same play from Insomnia as well. Both teams deciding, yes, we want to do Dirtmouth shops as fast as possible this race, which makes sense. Nothing too surprising there.
Yep.
Valentin's double backed for this check at the Marshard, which was the quick slash, just left of their spawn point. Guess forgot about it at the start, or wanted to come back after grabbing a bench. Either way. But yeah,
with the dash, of course.
It is. He just knew. He knew there was going to be a dash instantly. Yeah, so chat noting that we've seen a lot of early dashes in recent races and also early claws. So I'll be curious. I think there's a VS, which is picked up basically at the exact same time by both teams there. I was going to say, I'd be curious to see if we have a claw start or a wing start this seed, but I guess now's a good time to segue into our gimmicks. So we have notably split claw, which is a little more restrictive on the vertical, and then of course everyone has already noted in chat the 46 scrub skull that is right in the center of the bingo board, so that is our other one that we've picked up. Yeah, I don't know if you want to speak briefly to either of our goals, Azure, any of the
gimmicks
we might see. Oh, the gimmicks, sorry, yes, of course.
Well, 46 grubs, of course, means they have to go everywhere, so full movement required, not always required, but cram pass specifically, and also collector's map. I love key, sorry.
Yes,
so
indeed. So we have a couple
random
of extra random attains, yeah. Oh, and a C dash at in green path for Team Green here. I imagine. Oh, it actually looks like Underline, rather than doing green path, decided that they wanted to go straight into Fungals. They're heading down to Queens at the moment. So they're going to be missing out on that C-Dash. Not a huge loss, and they'll probably get it a little later. But, yeah, they are going to be lacking it. Oh, Underline currently 1 health, but I think going to manage all right here.
Yep,
and we did have a Dreamer pickup for Team Retirement Home. So Insomnia right now doing the infection skip up to the Well Marshard. Using a couple fireballs just to get some extra height there. Picking up the God Tuner. Don't believe that is a goal on our board. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. So yes, I guess also speaking quickly to the gimmicks, back to 46 grubs, it is our center goal on the board. Although, now that I mention it, this is Blackout. It kind of doesn't have any relevance. If it were a 3-line, it would be quite important, but it is not. Yeah, Aggie noting that we do require Lantern the Seed as well. Presumably due to the bingo board, as I am now quickly scrolling it. Of course, defeat no eyes in row 1, column 1. So we do have quite a decent amount of random obtains that we will need here. I have just noticed Valentin's C-Dash skin has GPZ following behind him. I was very bamboozled by that for a moment. I'm like, wow, we're really doing GPZ early this scene. But no, that is just the the skin he's got on apparently. Yes, obtain carefree melody. Yeah, so we are going to have to see a Grimchild find at some point eventually. But I believe that is the majority of our random obtains on this board. So Trampass was actually... Was it required? I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. Notably, actually one of the more interesting goals is Split Claw. So we haven't spoken really much to Split Claw at the moment. But one of the more interesting Split Claw goals on the board, which is the QG Gardens Grub. There are cases where we may see the teams having to do a left claw only. Oh, that is a claw at Morlek. I believe the right claw as well. So not quite dash, but close enough. We're going to see Insomnia picking it up quite shortly as well. And yeah, chat right in that the tradition of early dash, early claw seems to be continuing.
I hope Insomnia doesn't. Oh, made it.
Get through, no problems. She does all right there.
Yep,
yeah,
right claw,
right claw for their team as well. So with right claw, I would not be surprised if we see Underline making a play for Mantis Village is looking a little more appealing now. It's worth noting that as far as Split Claw is concerned, right claw tends to be the less preferable one. It does not get you into nearly as many places as the left claw does. But it's still obviously better than having no vertical at all.
Gets you into most places.
Yeah. Does still allow our teams to get most of their claw locked stuff. And there's a simple key at Leg Eater, which might be slightly helpful. Underline actually electing not to purchase it, which is interesting. Presumably we'll come back later when they decide they need a simple key. I guess there's no real requirement for them to pick it up. Until the moment in which they need it, yeah. So they can hold on to their Geo for now and be a little more conservative.
I just noticed that both teams have already found their love key, so that's not going to be a problem for either team.
Yes, thankfully, because they will need that one for the goal and, well, for multiple goals on the board, I should say. For grubs and for I guess they do not need it for Tower of Love, but
the goal that says love key not required.
Yes,
well, they have it anyway.
They do indeed. Is nice for the grubs, of course, and a collector's map. So yeah, none of the collector's map, God Tuner, or World Sense goals on the board. There was a Sprint Master that's picked up somewhere. Also a Wings that was picked up. I did miss that. I'm not sure if you caught it, Azure.
No,
but it does appear, yes, does appear that Team Dash at Morlek does have the Wings, so it's probably just somewhere in Crossroads, which means we may see Team Retirement Home taking a little longer to find it, since Underline did elect to go into Fungal here, rather than straight up into Crossroads.
Well, Insomnia is in Crossroads, so
yes,
presumably
is indeed.
She's gonna get the rest.
will most likely pick it up. Wings was at Crossroads stack. Thank you,
Oh.
Maddie.
No one's gonna miss that then.
Yes, they should be picking it up fairly shortly. After Insomnia clears the Gorm Gauntlet here. Picking up the Dream Wielder for 3 notches. Probably a little too expensive for the runners to want to equip that, but we'll see later in the run. They feel like that's something that's worth picking up. Quite a lot of early essence for the teams here. Team Dasher Molix already got 500. I would not be surprised if we see an early Resting Grounds play once it becomes available. Of course, neither team can actually access it at the moment, but it should be.
They have Blue Lake, right?
Actually, Green Team Dasher Molix does with C Dash, but
C Dash.
I believe.
Yeah.
I believe that Team Retirement Home still has yet to pick it up. Although Insomnia is baiting the Vengefly in to kill Grasmother. That's a bit rough. I actually didn't even know that was a strat you could do. Pull the Vengefly in to blow up Grasmother is really cool. That's today's I learned a thing while watching a rando race. So I'm definitely going to try implementing that. Oh, we already see I thought, man, Valentin disappointing me. I thought Valentin was going to immediately overcharm. Wait, is he? No, okay.
No.
He like tried to put on the quick slash, and I'm like, oh, we're going to see an overcharm. No, we're not. That's fine. Charms are still pretty good.
Oh,
and a Shade Cloak
Cloak.
pick up at the Queen Station Marshard. Looks like, yeah, we're gonna have Team Dasher Molex gonna probably make good usage of their early wings lead over Team Retirement Home. Just use it to make a bunch of checks. Every time I look at Valentin's screen and I see GPZ, I'm just so off-putting.
Looks like
Shade
Soul. There's a Shade Soul at the at Salubra and a Strength, I think. Nothing else of interest.
Team Retirement Home did just pick up the Crystal Heart. I would not be surprised if we see Insomnia do Blue Lake very shortly. Although it did just save Sly, so we'll be heading over there themselves.
Yep. Sly. Also haven't gone to the Stag yet, I don't think.
Which dark room do we have Aiden doing here? Oh, it looks like that must be Journey's. Yeah. I'm like trying to figure it out. I'm like, that's definitely Journey's, right?
Yep.
Insomnia. Where are we heading? Heading up to pick up a grub by the looks.
Pick up a grub and then probably gonna go to Crossroads. Gotta go to the Stag.
Yeah. Maddie pointing out that Team Retirement Home did actually pick up the Dreamer a lot sooner than Team Dash at Molek did, so they had
you do have to go long way.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Which is why we have such an early wings lead for Dash at Molek this run. Team Green.
Going around is less annoying given that you have to come here for the grub anyway.
Yes. Yeah, I was thinking like, what did we see anything important at grubs? And then I'm like, no, we just need literally all 46 of them. That just is required for our teams this seed. Valentin finally checking the Dagita for green team.
Simple key, yeah.
Yeah, seeing the simple key. Cannot afford it, is quite expensive. Meanwhile, Aiden clearing out left cliffs for their team. So, Underline going back into green path. Didn't actually go into lower fungal. Probably like one of the areas that I'm most expecting the teams to see. If not resting grounds, probably more so actually. We could even see a C-Peak play at this point. If the Cliffs player wants to C-dash in from King's Pass.
Oh, that is a play.
Or actually, without left claw, you might not be able to get in there. Now that I think about it. I do believe you need both right and left claw to make it through that entire segment. So in which case, Peak's still off limits. However, yeah, teams can still go via Blue Lake to get into resting grounds. Which doesn't seem like a bad play considering the fact that they have, I believe, 500 essence. Might be a little more now. At least 500. Yeah, it looks like Valentin's doing lower fungal as we speak. Checking the Soul Totem in Pilgrim's Way. It is just a Soul Totem. Thanks, Jason. All right. Insomnia having some weird menu bug on screen right now.
Menu bug, yeah.
Would you like to quit the menu? Or would you like to kill False Knight? I think I will excuse myself for just a minute. I'll be back.
All right. Insomnia following in Aiden's footsteps. Take out False Knight and see what's in store. Meanwhile, on the other side, yep, looks like going into lower fungal for Valentin. I'm gonna take out the Mantis Lords. Insomnia's already cleared Ancestral Man. Oh, yeah, okay, that's fair enough. I always forget the implications of getting infection. Absolutely nothing from False Knight. Oh, they got a city crest from, looks like that was from the Blue Lake Egg. So that's actually a way to get into city for them. And we're actually using a simple key on GG. Alright.
Alright, and I'm back. Any recent developments?
We're checking GG.
We are indeed. It doesn't look like there's a dash that isn't needed in the slightest. I think that was about it.
I think that was it, yeah. And of note, they picked up a city crest for green team. So they could use that to get into city.
Yeah, considering they do not have any other city access right now, the city crest probably not the worst. I would not be surprised if we see a city played from both teams. They even have access to get to right city via Dung Defender as well. Actually, with the double vertical, they can just get up through Fountain easily enough.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess
I think
while we
Dung Defender was Dung Defender was on the board as well.
Yeah, I guess even more incentive then to go to right city. We do have Aiden doing the resting grounds play that we were talking about earlier. So I would not be shocked if we see some items here. There's a Howling Wraiths, a simple key,
Second key,
and another simple key. Okay. Well, they can open up whatever the heck they want now. Nothing else of note at Essence, by the looks. I mean, we already know that GG has basically nothing, but getting Waterways, Pleasure House, and potentially even God Tuner access is not the worst by any means.
Alright, time to check out what the Mantis Respect gets us.
Yeah, I am definitely a proponent for early Mantis Lords, so I'm kind of crossing my fingers and hoping that Valentin gets something good here. But I'm ready for it to be Soul Refill, Soul Refill, Soul Refill.
What is GO?
Bit of money. I mean, not the worst. They're pretty broke.
Is that GHS normally there? 655?
I'm not sure. It's either that or it's the Watch and I one. And a Rancid Egg. Okay, incredible. You'll love to see it.
Underline's gonna find out very shortly what has in store there as well.
The equal measures of disappointment. Fury and Paelor. I believe Valentin's probably heading up to Fungal Core next. We might see them continue. Oh, no, never mind. Going to save Brother. For the goal, most likely. Aiden, considering buying the Grimchild, is just going to rip it. Are we gonna see a Grim play immediately? Because that would be
Immediately?
really spicy. Yeah, doesn't look like it. I mean, fair enough. Probably a little early to be killing Grim. There's a fragment at a Zelda. Oh, and a City Storm Stag. Did
City
miss that
Storms,
earlier.
okay.
So that's much
Second
more
way to
reasonable
get-
than the City
yeah.
Crest. Yeah, absolutely. Does seem very... Oh, wait. Are we seeing the... Oh, no, we're just doing Grim checks. Okay, fair enough. Nah, I keep getting excited. I'm like, oh, we're going to see like a Grim at like 20 minutes? Nope, never mind. Great slash from Fine. I don't think Aiden could afford it, though. They're basically just doing the check without the money. Not the worst, but maybe something good at Grimchild. No, it's just a totem. Incredible. What do we have? Is this a C-Peak play from Insomnia? But I'm pretty sure they
going
can't
back
get
to...
in. Wait, no. Underline was the... Okay, I think this is just Insomnia getting Dirtmouth. Although, interestingly, not C-dashing from the top. Maybe they don't know that the C-dash from Cliffs goes straight to Dirtmouth. I think they've done all the checks. Unless they missed Fury. Okay, it looks like they did just miss Fury.
They're just getting Fury. No?
Never mind. They're just taking this path instead. Okay. So I guess note to everyone at home, you absolutely can C-dash from Howling Cliffs, and it skips you all the way over King's Pass, which is pretty nice. Insomnia deciding to take the scenic route instead. Which, I mean, nothing wrong with that. Or is going to try and
we are. We are going to try and go to C-Peak.
Into C-Peak, sorry, I should say, yeah. I don't believe that Right Claw alone is good enough, but I'm ready for Insomnia to be wrong.
At the very least, you get the lever, so...
Yes, you can come back
later
up later
on,
without having to go around. Yep. It's true. And they do need the grub at some point anyway, so it's not really a waste of time. It's possible that this is just a play they're making while they're thinking of what to do next, although it does look like Insomnia is going to double back and try to go through. I'm not 100% confident on my split claw knowledge, so if we see that this is possible, then...
With dash wings, maybe it's fine. No?
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you need left claw here, right? Oh, no. Never mind.
No, you don't.
Okay, you can just get the whole way through. All right, fair enough. In that case, absolutely makes sense.
C-Peak's a lot of checks and a lot of grubs.
It is indeed. Getting the CP grubs early is going to be nice. Just get out of the way. Notably, though, neither team has dive yet. Is really important for a lot of areas, C-Peak being one of them, and there you go.
There's a dive. That's convenient.
Hell sure. Yeah, that's going to help a ton.
Alright, super secret seal accessible here. From Valentine.
Is indeed. The Wings Right Claw is good enough. Oh, and the other dive. Well. Completely separate dives. But going to be very important for both teams.
Wouldn't be too surprised to see Green Team entering C-Peak with dive then, instead of from Cliffs.
Although you need the Mimic Grub anyway, they might just do it from Cliffs regardless. Insomnia's beating up CG1.
Yep.
The Dirtmouth thing in logic. I'm pretty sure it is Maddie. I mean, it's kind of a knowledge check to know that you can stand on the elevator, but it's pretty free.
They have the claw anyway. They don't need to stand on the elevator.
Yes, that's true. With the right claw, like, surely it's in logic. Wings only, maybe it isn't.
CG2 fight.
Yep, unsurprising. We do have Wings, Claw. Very curious as to where the left claw is going to be this seed. Also, are we seeing... Oh, for a moment I thought Valentin was doing Nosk, but he's not. Heading over to Sharp Shadow. Makes sense. Does require the Garpy journal for the goal. Are they marking it? I guess he probably hasn't done the goal himself.
Yeah, they only got the dive very recently.
Oh, that's true. Right, of course. Dive locked goal. Yep. Absolutely.
Ooh,
Void Heart left. I see. Oh, and the first D-Nail as well in the team. In the seed, I should say, for Aiden at Nailsmith. When Team Retirement Home gets around to City, we should see them picking it up reasonably quickly as well.
There's an Abyss there as well.
Oh, very nice. And how another rates. Nailed 3. Yeah. Nailsmith, the real thing he teaches you is how to shout really loud. So, yeah, we're going to see eventually Team Retirement Home should get around to City at some point, but for the moment there, well, we can see obviously Insomnia's making their way through C Peak. Underline still clearing out a lot of fungal stuff, is probably going to follow Valentin more or less. Yeah. Very likely to just be fungal core in the deep net.
Second fragment.
Yeah, frag. I don't even think they bought the third one at shops either, actually. So I believe they already have Void Heart. And they did pick up a Shade Soul at some point too. Aiden has gone back to Divine now that they have money, is going to be picking up the whatever was important there. Great Slash.
Slash.
Right.
Well, they're super rich now, so I guess they might as well pick it up.
Yeah, no reason not to. Maybe required. They also have Shaman. That Charm loadouts are so nice this seed. Shaman, Sprint Master, and I can't remember what else it was. Yeah, I was correct. So, did pick up the last fragment from a Zelda. So, Team Dash at Morlek does already have Void Heart. Only one Dreamer at the moment, and of course, we do still need to see a lot of the other locked required items. So, still gonna need at the very least a Dream Gate and the Tram Pass. And of course, the Dreamers as mentioned. Yeah, Strength, Shaman, Sprint Master for all, I think it was all about 4 or 5 notches is really nice. Gonna allow the teams to progress through here pretty quickly. Yeah, we just had Aiden check Garp Journal and marking off that goal for their team. Alright, and a quick focus. World Sense and Tramway, the last of the useless pickups. Actually, I guess they're still missing Salubra's Blessing, but every time you get that fade out and it's like, you got Collector's Map, and you're like, oh, awesome.
Some nice movement from Insomnia climbing up.
C
Peak.
Getting up Crown. Meanwhile, Aiden beating up Zero. Not a required Dreamweaver on the board, I don't think. No, it's just No Eyes.
It's just No Eyes. Gorb is on the board as well.
Oh, yes, that's true. We'll probably see that at some point. And I don't believe we've seen the team do triple dive floors yet. Seen either team. Either team's done waterways, neither team's done crypts, I don't think. Surprisingly. Although Aiden in Resting Grounds right now would not be surprised if we see a crypts play soon.
Yep.
Does look like they're heading over. Did they pick up Elevate? Oh, Aiden was collecting soul to dive. Yes. Of course, you do need that. So yeah, we are going to see a crypts play very shortly. Which means we'll likely see 3 dive floors. Actually, crypts only 1. So unless they've done anything else. Valentin's saving Zote in preparation for Colo Zote. They will be getting around to that at some point. There's a dive floor for Insomnia, I believe only the first one in C Peak. And of course Aiden picking one up as well.
Now they do have to, I guess it doesn't really matter, but they do have to do the 3 dive floors with 1 player.
Yes, correct.
But of course,
pretty much guaranteed that they'll pick it up.
Yeah.
It's like very, very rare for a team to not go through. I mean, like, waterways being waterways, it's such a high priority to check as soon as you get dives, so you pretty much always get that goal for free. Given that diving down to the bench, it's just guaranteed to get... Ooh, Insomnia trying to get this Sea Heart. Grub does pick it up after a little bit of fumbling. Now, do you do the Sea Heart room forwards or backwards, Azure? If you have full movement, what's your preference?
Which room is this, sorry?
The room that Insomnia is clearing right now.
I think I still do it forwards.
Yeah,
but,
I'm definitely prefer forwards. But yeah, pogoing over the crystals here. This is just, again, learning how to...
yeah, I've never seen this move before.
Today I learned. Yeah, it's so weird that those crystals don't have hitboxes. You can just go straight through them. does make traversing through those rooms a lot easier. You know, if you
Maybe that
actually
is.
have-
Oh,
I thought that was a
wonder if
cool
that was
hazard
a-
respawn.
yeah, I thought that was.
it was just Insomnia getting hit by the spikes. I was like, holy crap, I'm learning so much. Fountain checking.
Sanctum play.
UG corner for. Oh yeah, Sanctum seeming like quite a nice check location right now as well. Given that they do have double vertical and dive. Usually for Sanctum, you really want to have left claw as opposed to right, but because they have wings,
They have
can kind of do
wings.
whatever they want.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sanctum, one of the bigger areas where having left claw is super important as opposed to having right claw. As we mentioned at the start, left claw just in general is way better. But as long as you have wings as well, you're not really locked out of much for not having left claw, or for having right claw instead. It's pretty much just Pale Lurker at that point. I'd be really interested to see, so if neither team picks up right claw ever, then the QG Grub Skull does become an actual skill check. The teams need to be able to do the top Grub and QG without right claw if they don't find it.
Nice pass to skip the love.
Yeah, doing a very clean skip. Also, super nice fireball skin. And there's the
Dream
D-gate,
Gate.
which they have marked on the board.
Marked on the board.
Oh, I forgot a Hunter's Journal. Hayden just picking that up. That's another Fade to Black useless item. So we have Underline heading down into lower deepness by the looks. Yeah, he's about to save Zode here. Meanwhile, Underline's still clear. Not Underline, sorry. Insomnia clearing out Grubs, and Sea-Peak still probably going to be heading into Crystallized Mountain very shortly, while Aiden clears Sanctum. We are seeing all of our runners are in completely different areas at the moment, which is nice. Or we have Valentine dipping back down into Deep Nest briefly, but yeah, it's still in a completely different section from Underline at the moment, given that he's already cleared the lower part.
They all just have access to so many different dense areas.
Yeah, indeed. You got Aiden doing a Soul Tyrant attempt now. They do already have every shade spell now, actually.
They have
since
shade
picked up
spells,
the
so-
D-Dark. Yeah.
Should be hopefully not a problem. Oh,
Oh, deciding to
maybe
bench walk out.
deciding-
Maybe just taking a pause.
Hmm.
Quickly reference in case there's been a ping or anything. Nope. Okay, resuming the fight. Looks like just very briefly paused there. All right, fair enough. Might have been referencing their tracker log or something, perhaps. For Valentine's sake, if they're looking for anything in particular, like simple keys or payloads or something. All right, I think we're finally gonna have a resting grounds dip as well from Team Retirement Home.
Yep,
Given
CD
Insomnia's
Dark
about
Room.
to check Crystallized Mound. Yeah, it looks like Insomnia's going to make very quick work of that, though. No problems. Hasn't collected any soul, though. Are we going to see a turnaround? We might. Whoopsie days. We're heading in. D-gate? No? Okay. We're just going to go back to the crystal crawler, I guess. That happens. Underline checking Sharp Shadow in the meanwhile. Aiden having just cleared Soul Tyrant. Very interested to see if there's anything relevant here. A Wanderer's Channel. All of that effort wasted. Yeah, it turns out a Bishreek really good against Soul Tyrant. The up spell good against the guy that floats in the air. Funnily enough, I mean, so is Shade Soul,
Yeah, Shade Soul.
but yeah, Bishreek is just such an insane amount of damage. Spell Twister pick up for Valentine. I didn't quite catch what was a GPZ there. I don't know if anyone in chat did, but
I did not see it.
Hopefully they're not too concerned about it. Oh,
Dupe
there's
wings?
okay. Long nail, says Maddie. Yeah, the dupe wings that are in Sanctum. That would have been a spicy first wings location for sure. Actually, they wouldn't even be able to get it without the left claw though.
Yeah.
QG stag was at Grubs, which Fountains just picked up. So I'm guessing we'll see a QG play very shortly. We finally have Underline from Team Retirement Home heading down into City. Might see a Sanctum play from them. And yeah, I kind of, at this point in the seed, I'm really surprised we haven't seen any of the runners make a play into Waterways yet. Waterways is just so many checks, and you have to do Dung Defender at some point anyway. And given we do have edge goals on the board, probably would be nice to have at least one of the runners in edge, or at least close to edge, so that they can do those. That being said, with the 46 Grubs goal on the board, it is not too surprising. The runners are probably thinking that they'll just, look, I have to go everywhere at some point anyway, so there's not really a big rush for me to get to the other side of the map. But it might just make routing and splitting checks between the runners a little more awkward than it otherwise would. And yeah, Team Retirement Home still doesn't have any Dream Nails at the moment, as opposed to Team Dasher more like having 2. Which is definitely pretty nice for them. I think one of the D-Nails was at Nailsmith, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember where the other one they picked up was. Have they marked Kill and Aluba? They just did. Okay, I think the board's slightly ahead, because I'm assuming that Valentin's about to run up here and Shade Soul the crap out of that Aluba. Yep. Unsurprising. So Aiden's clearing out C Peak while Insomnia does Resting Grounds. Yeah, fair enough, Manny. Bingo board is slightly ahead of the runners. Not surprising though. Alright, we have green team finally checking GG's, seeing that it is just a whole bunch of crap.
Some keys? Was it, I think? I don't remember. No, nothing.
Yeah, there was like one dash there. Nothing crazy. Yeah, we do have a 20 check gap. I mean, it's not insane. It's not an incredibly huge gap, but it definitely is quite a nice, comfortable lead for Team Dasher Molek.
Unline was just on 1 health and was about to having to take a heal, and Insomnia picked up a Charm Notch, so that's nice.
Yeah, that's just skill diff, honestly. That's team synergy right there. Yeah, Aiden doing the C-Peak Dark Room. Meanwhile, Underline is gonna finally be picking up the first D-Nail for Team Retirement Home.
What was here? It was two raids and a D-Nail? Oh, and swim.
Yes, correct. Well, I didn't even see the swim was there. Yeah, that's a mildly nice pickup as well. I think we have Valentin doing Deep Nest right now. Dark Nest. Looks like they're about to head into Weaver's Den. Yeah, they are. So we'll see how nice Dark Nest is to the runners today. Of course, Lantern is required at some point, so you could put it off if you wanted to, but Dark Nest is one of the denser areas to check in the game, so it would be nice to see something or other here to reward Valentin for traversing through it in the dark.
They have the correct claw for this section.
Yes.
Although, do you necessarily need it?
You don't. Can do it with left claw as long as you have wings. Yeah, this portion right here, it might still be doable without wings, but I'm sure it's not fun.
Going for Gorb, that is a goal.
Yeah, we are finally going to get the Gorb mark off.
I guess they have a they have a start at Cliff, so they can do it whenever they want.
Yeah, exactly. Auto bench means it's just whenever they feel like. But, you know, given it's a goal on the board, I would be surprised if they left it too late. I guess they were just trying to conceal the D-nail for a bit, but of course they did eventually have to mark off the D-gate goal regardless.
Dream gate, yeah.
Okay, I think finally Underline's going to head into Waterways. We get a runner in Waterways eventually. I'm the biggest Waterways defender. So I'm very happy to see someone dipping in. There's so much to do through Waterways this seed. Like
left ball.
There we go. Very nice pickup. Yeah, there's definitely a world where in this seed you see that dung defender's on the board and you go, hey, I want to have right side city access. I'm just gonna immediately go into Waterways and kill dung defender, and you pick up the left claw in like 20 minutes. Like, absolutely that could happen. We didn't see either team go for it because they're doing plenty of other things that are still equally as good, but is a nice pickup for Team Retirement Home for sure. GBZ was a sorry fill and Flower Quest was a long nail. Okay, so nothing too crazy that the team's going to have to do this seed, unless I guess we could still see White Palace be something awful. Could see a Lantern there or something. But yeah, we've got Underline coming up on Fluke Mom into Junk Pits, and Junk Pit being like 5 checks is very typically has something good. I imagine after they're done with all of this stuff with the lower waterway stuff, they'll probably head over Dudong Defender, and from there would make sense to head into Kingdom's Edge, but we'll see what they decide to do afterwards. Looks like Insomnia is doing a bunch of the Grim checks that Aiden did much earlier in the seed. Aiden and Valentine picking up the 3rd dive, the one in C peak.
Minus 12 Geo.
It's stonked. And Valentine finishing out Deep Nest very shortly. So notably, Valentine decided to do all of Deep Nest from QG this seed, I'm pretty sure. Came in from the top. Even though they had Light Nest bench. So definitely an interesting play. But, I mean, coming from the top is a little more convenient. Though I'd argue it's probably a little slower to get there. I don't think he's done...
I think he just picked up Tram Pass, was it?
Tram Pass at DV Stag. DV Totem, sorry.
Totem, yeah.
So that's a nice pickup, is another required item. No doubt Underline Insomnia will get around to that eventually. Ideally, they'll just find DV Stag rather than having to go all the way through Dark Nest, but we'll see. Tram Pass at Silver Lining would have been very amusing, but alas, not the case. Oh, another D-Nail and Junk Pit there.
Ooh.
So there's the D-Gate goal for Retirement Home, and eventually it'll be Woke Nail for Team Dasha Morlek. Or did Aiden take a CG2 death? Oh, we're getting the rematch now. We'll catch this one live. Yeah, that is true. We did see 2 CG2 deaths. And Valentine opening... What are we doing this for? Just to get wrestling runs?
Putting the tram pass to use. No, this is the lower tram, right?
I thought this is the upper tram, but I could be crazy. It must be the lower tram, right?
Oh,
there's no reason to use the upper one. Yeah, it's the lower. Okay, fair enough. Heading into Basin then. Makes way more sense. Meanwhile, though, Underline is doing Dung Defender and will be getting their own right side access via Waterways. Yeah, if May does head into Sanctum, then they will be picking up the Woke Nail for Team Retirement Home. That is true. So I guess we could see a Palace play as early as, I don't know, the next 5-10 minutes. If Underline decides that they want to beeline straight there. Would be a bit of a bold decision this early in the seed with edge completely unexplored, but if they want to
Probably
rely on maybe hitting Lantern or something in Palace, it could be a bold play to make.
definitely much more to do in Edge than there is in Palace, but they are the ones who have both claws. So if they think maybe
Yeah, that's
the
true.
other team doesn't have both claws, then they can try.
Even
sneak
if
something in.
even if Team Dashamolek picks up the other D nail, wherever it is, they still might decide that going... Well, I mean, they just won't actually be able to do that many checks in Palace anyway. So yeah, May should be coming up on that D nail rather shortly. Aiden's still cleaning out C peak, and I think Valentin might be doing... We might get a Broken Vessel play. No, gonna warp out. Fair enough. Head back to the tram, I'm guessing. Yep. And straight to Kingdom's Edge. Fair enough. We have many things we have to do in Kingdom's Edge, and by many things, I mean 3. Oh, notably, Sportrum is required this seed as well. I think we missed that earlier. So I'm not sure. I believe that's on the tracker if they have it, so I think they're actually missing it. Just another thing they have to pick up. Yeah. But, yeah. Few goals we have to do in Edge, with the longest one, of course, being Colorzote. I would not be surprised if we see Fountain basically beelining it straight to the top of Edge just to get that goal out of the way, done as soon as possible. Meanwhile, King's Brand also required on the board, which we did forget to note earlier. Considering we have to Swern of Void Pool this seed.
Yes.
I guess one thing that's worth noting about the 46 Grub gimmick is we are forced to see Hive plays this seed no matter what. Considering there is a Grub in Hive. And so I'll be interested to see if they do Hive Knight at the same time. They'll probably leave that Grub for like the very end, if I had to guess. It's the slowest Grub to get by far. But yeah, it would be interesting to see when they decide to do it. A nail upgrade at Edge corner far. Valentin heading up to pick the entrance seal and probably the Grub while he's at it. Yep.
They have the love key. They
could fight Collector. I mean, there's like no reason you wouldn't. You are required to fight Collector at some point anyway. We'll probably just do it on his way up. At the very least, set a D gate and come back for it. Both teams still missing Isma's tier, I believe, right? So Valentin's gonna have to... I mean, this skip over this acid pool is pretty trivial with full movement, but...
Do you remember which players have saved Zote in Deep Nest?
Both. Oh, with the players, it's Valentin and Underline, I believe.
And they're the ones in Edge. Okay, that makes sense.
Which makes sense, yeah. You would, of course, want to route exactly like that. Both teams know what responsibilities they need to delegate to which players. Aiden and Insomnia look like they're pretty much still just doing cleanup for their respective teams. Meanwhile, Valentin and Underline are covering the new areas, aka Edge, and probably later on they'll do Right City. I think both teams, one of the more beneficial pickups they can find at this point that isn't just progression would be King's Stag. Being able to get your partners straight to King Station to start doing a lot of the extra checks that have been skipped would be really valuable. Or Hidden Station Stag would also be alright, although less good, admittedly. But like at this point, a lot of the stuff they haven't done is like the checks above Kings, Watcher Knights, Isma's Grove. I don't think either team's done top left waterways. That might be... Yeah, actually we might be seeing Aiden doing that right now, speaking of which. Because it's one of the more accessible check locations that teams can do. I think Aiden's going to do talk to... Oh, it's D-gating for Tuck later as well.
Yeah,
Gonna finally pick up the left claw right as Valentin's traversing through Edge here. Is immediately gonna use that. So we'll see. Both teams still searching for quite a lot of random obtains, and both teams still only have a dreamer each. They're both gonna fight Markoth. I mean, we basically see Valentin and Underline neck and neck right now. Underline really trying to get a D-nail on this Hopper before going into the Markoth fight. I think they're full saw. I don't know why they're trying to hit it again. But yeah, I believe Insomnia is going to be heading down to storerooms as well. So honestly, both teams are pretty much directly in sync right now. Retirement Home slightly behind.
Both
Team
check-wise
Dasher
and
Warlock.
grub-wise, actually.
Did Insomnia get the work now? Must have if there was a D-nail in Peaks, although I did miss it if they did.
So the difference between where the two teams have been right now are basically just Dark Nest?
Dark Nest, yeah. Valentin's cleared all of Dark Nest, which is pretty big. I don't know if Team Retirement Home even has QG stag. That's like a big plus for a Team Dasher Morlock if they don't. But the potential Woke Nail play, I mean, look, we're seeing Aiden clearing out a lot of storms, so it's very likely that they're going to just pick up the Woke Nail quite soon as well, given that Junk Pit is like one of the most likely areas they're going to check in a moment regardless. He's just going to do the upper checks in this room and then walk back to his D gate, no doubt. Well, Insomnia making a Watch Nights play. Finally see what's up in the Spire.
Actually, killing that Great Husk Sentry. Is there a particular reason to have to do that?
I don't believe so, no. But if Insomnia decides they don't want to do the dark skip and just go through the lever, then I guess it makes sense. No, just felt like it. This quote-unquote dark room is one of my most hated. It's literally just one platform you have to jump on and get into the transition, but I have no idea how to do it consistently.
Just keep mashing the jump. Yeah, I've never had trouble doing it. It's just
I have occasionally had trouble doing it. Yeah, we're getting the play from Valentin. I think Cyclone is no, they still need dash slash from NMG. No, they don't. I lied. Yeah, that's NMG for them when they want to get around to checking that. So I think it's very likely we'll see a D gate at the Sports Room tablet from Underline here.
Ooh, that would be very, very nice.
Yeah, I mean, they still don't have the Sports Room, so it seems likely. Will they go back up? Yeah, they're just going to dig it.
Oh, setting the Dream Gate.
Oh, yeah, you can't D-gate in this room. Okay, so that D-gate just doesn't work. They will just have to come back later.
Okay, you just have to go back to...
Yeah, you have to D-gate outside. Alright, Valentin picking up a bunch more grubs. They're at 31 now. There's the KB, a
King's Brand, a collector. Nice.
Wow. Yeah, they have Void Heart, and they should have Lifeblood access. So an Abyss clear seems very likely. But I think Valentin's going to finish up the top of Edge first.
At the very least,
Aiden gonna immediately head down to Hidden Station probably. I mean, the Stag was at Markoth. They're deciding how to route right now by the looks. Left Claw was first check in Waterways, Pika Grub. Oh, okay. Looks like teams are pausing. They're taking a very quick break. Missed that in the chat. I will also take the opportunity to dip out for just a moment. All right, then I'm back. So, we have, I mean, the most recent development, obviously, Kingsbrand being picked up a collector's map. Do we have a love key pickup for Team Retirement Home? I guess that's the next thing I want to check.
Both teams
They
have
do
love
indeed
key
have
very
it.
early.
Yeah. So, seems very likely that Underline will be doing that rather shortly themselves, considering that Upper Edge is probably just next thing on their bucket list anyway.
Yeah.
So basically,
They
all we see here
have a few lengthy goals to do, and they're hoping during doing those lengthy goals they'll pick up the rest of the random obtains they need to finish, which
Yep.
are Sporshroom. They have Trampas.
They need 2 Dreamers.
They need Dreamers.
Sporshroom KB. I mean, obviously they are going to find
And
the
Lantern.
KB. We already know that.
And Lantern as well.
Yep. Yes, Lantern, probably the big one, given that it's not duped. So, I mean, probably at this point, at this stage in the run, it's most likely it's just in either Abyss or Palace. But you never know. Lantern could be hiding in any of the crap locations that Lantern tends to hide in. Could be at Shio, could be at Shapeavon, could be hiding at Nosk or Haunted 2, wherever the heck. Yeah, would not be surprised if it's just tucked away behind some boss.
There's enough required random obtains on this board in this seed for it to not be too surprising if one of them ends up being a bit cursed.
Yeah, so, I mean, at this point, Retirement Home appears to be trailing just behind Team Dasha Molek in terms of where they are currently. Of course, as Asher noted just earlier, they haven't checked the Dark Deep Nest obtains yet. Although, to be fair, I don't think Valentin really found much in Darkness, did he? There was Trampas, of course, actually. Trampas at DV Totem. Yeah. That's the really big one. I mean, if they happen to find DV Stag at some point, it's gonna be a very nice pickup for them, because they might get to skip the entire rest of the checks. Like, if Lantern ends up being the go mode for Team Retirement Home, there's a very real chance that they will not do a single Darkness check this seed. But yes, as Maddie's noting, if they don't find DV Stag, they will have to make the trek at some point. Likely it'll be after getting Lantern, but I don't know. We'll see at what point they decide it's going to be worth it. What we do know is that they do have to go there eventually. However, it's also worth noting, Carefree Melody on the board, Distant Village is a requirement no matter what, so they do have incentive to go there at some point. If they clear Abyss and they clear Palace and they still haven't found Lantern, I would say it's very likely at that point that Retirement Home decides, hey, look, there's so many checks in Deep Nest, and we have to get to DV anyway, where probably it's just worth it to make the dip now, no matter what. So I would not be surprised.
They also know that Green Team have been to either DV or Hive, most likely DV.
Yeah, very likely to be DV.
They do want to follow in their footsteps if they ever mark anything that's required.
That they don't have access to, for sure.
They don't have yet.
Yeah, Sporshroom would have been a big indicator, but of course they don't have it, and even if they did, Valentine and Aiden very likely would have just slow rolled and not marked it for the time being to try and not give that away. But likely, I mean, from here it seems very likely we'll see that Valentin will go up and do Colozot. Underline's going to go do Collector and then also fill up right behind Valentin. Aiden will probably be heading into Abyss very shortly, and once Underline picks up the Kingsbrand, May will be following right behind Aiden. So I imagine for the next probably 20 minutes to half an hour, perhaps. We're going to see very similar plays made from both teams. And I think as long as everyone's good, we are about to get started up again very shortly. So yeah, we'll see. Teams will just getting prepared. Okay. Okay, cool. We should see a team starting up in just a moment now. You see cursors back on screen. Should be clicking continue any second. All right.
Here they go.
I think one of the biggest things we could see for Team Retirement Home is a lantern pickup at Watcher Nights. That would be probably one of the best possible scenarios.
Ah, yes, that is something that they've done. The other team have not.
Yeah, well, May was still looking for things to do. Aiden obviously was able to go do Waterways, but Underline had already cleared it for Team Retirement Home, so May decided to go do Watch Nights instead. Shop Key is a really good sign for them. We could see Spore Shroom, we could see Lantern. Fingers crossed that Retirement Home gives them something decent here that helps them to come back a bit. But first, May is going to go up into Watcher's Spire and check what is at Lurian, which is a Helena Seal. So nothing crazy. I think Insomnia was the one to save Sly. Yep, definitely was. So he's going to be doing the check. And here we go. If you're hoping for Team Retirement Home, now's the time. There is a Shade Soul, a Tier, an Elevator Pass, which does lock one check, but that's all by the looks. Okay, so it's not over yet. The Elevator Pass check could still be something good.
Do we know what is at all the Nailsmith checks?
The last one was the rates, yeah.
Okay.
And we do already have all the nail arts at this point. I don't believe that Team Dash at Molek has checked what's at NMG, but they could whenever they feel like it, if they remember. Oh, I missed what was the Colo one there. King's Idol at Colo 2. I think Underline heading into Tower of Love soon. Nope, never mind. Gonna do Upper Edge first. Okay, that's a little unfortunate for Team Retirement Home here. It means that they won't have the King's brand for Underline to give Insomnia something to do in the time being. Like, in the meanwhile, we do see Aiden's heading down into Basin for that exact reason, to go check Abyss. If Underline decides to do Collar 1 before doing Collector, it's really gonna slow down their access to Abyss. And yeah, it could definitely hinder them a lot, but we'll see what they decide to do in a moment. Valentin doing the last checks at Pale Lurker. Yeah, it was just 100 Essence. Oh, DV Stag. Okay, DV Stag at the Lurker Relic is really nice.
Yeah, and Underline's definitely going to be picking that up shortly.
Yeah, very soon. For sure going to do that before Colo 1. And I guess just fingers crossed decides to go back for Collector before doing Colo 1, but I mean, we'll see. Aiden heading into Fluke Lum here and is going to be doing Junk Pit very shortly. The QG Stag was at Grubs, that's right. Okay. So Insomnia just picking that up. Probably going to use that to just go and clear QG right now, I guess. Get the Grub goal out of the way too. Is one of the better things they can do at the moment.
With this DV Stag pickup, which of them do you think should go in there?
I think it makes sense for Underline to do Collar and Collector ASAP, and I don't think Insomnia is supposed to stop doing Gardens. So I imagine it's just whichever player finishes first, which will probably be Insomnia, will end up doing Distant Village subsequently. But of course, once they pick up the King's Brand at Collector, it seems very likely that Underline's just going to go into Abyss off that. We have a Hive Dip from Valentin here too, going to be picking up the last grub in Hive. The last Edge grub, I should say. Not the last grub that they need, but there's not that many left at this point regardless. And we are going to see a Woke Nail finally for for Team Dash at Morlek here. So, I mean, we're kind of at the point where now Team Dash at Morlek has access to the entire map. And it's just a matter of them saying, hey, what do we really prioritize as the most important thing we want to do right now? I think they're going to decide that Palace is extremely high up there. Given the fact that there are still multiple random teams that they're missing, especially Dreamers, especially Lantern. But it looks like Aiden is going to be doing the Carefree Melody goal first.
I think it makes sense for them to do all the goals first, just in case they lock into everything.
Yep, for sure. You're not really like losing time on the seed by doing goals now, as opposed to rushing for Palace and hoping that you find Lantern. It's not really costing time. Valentin D-gating right outside the grub here. I feel like that D-gate didn't do anything, but yeah, a very interesting spot to put it, but sure. Okay. Maybe he thought there was a transition there or something. Okay, and is going to be doing the Marshard and presumably also Hive Knight. I mean, maybe just placing that Dream Gate there because he doesn't want to do Hive Knight and is leaving it there for later. That could be the play, honestly. Is he going to walk out straight away? Oh, there's the 4th D-Nail in Hive. I feel like that's the seed telling you, hey guys, you should go to Palace. Palace is really cool. Lantern at Grim would be spicy. We are about to see what's there in a moment. Aiden will be picking it up. I think Insomnia is heading to Cornerfar and Love Key. Yeah, green team's already picked those ones up, but I guess, you know, still want to get them out of the way. They don't know that they've already been checked. Hey, Allure at Grim. Nothing crazy. They'll probably leave Brumslame well, they'll do Brumslame soon, but they'll leave Carefree Melody until the end, I would assume. Yeah, Aiden's going to immediately go and get Brumslame and probably banish straight away. Valentin is deciding to I've known. Yeah, I took the DB stag. I mean, makes sense. This is one of the big... Oh, they decided not to do Collector, right?
Yeah, so...
Oh, very interesting. It's going to hurt them a lot. Oh, there's something at Hera, though? I wonder what's at Hera. I mean, Team Grub at Morlek's... Grub at Morlek. Team Dash at Morlek's already done this, right? Just picking up a charm, not sure. Fair enough. Insomnia not even having to do the Love Key skip. Of course, they just have tier now. Finding the shop key at Watcher Spire. And now, okay, there's their Woke Nail. That was the D-Nail that they were missing, which Team Dash at Morlek already had. So they, okay, I mean, Palace is open for both teams. Either team could decide to do it whenever the heck they want. We do have Underline clearing Beasten. I thought that they were in the Darkness room for a moment, and I'm like, that is way too light. Okay, and now Insomnia having cleared out Spore Shroom. Oh, it needs to pick up the Mimic Grub while they're down there. Yep. Valentin's picking up the one in Isma's Grove as well at the same time. Or above Isma's Grove, I should say. And then we'll likely go down and clear out Grove in a moment. Yep, they are heading down.
Aiden's finishing up the Grim quest.
Yeah, again, I'd be very surprised to see if they actually go and pick up the Carefree Melody. Probably going to leave that for later to mark.
Oh, it's marked. So they must have picked it up.
Oh, yeah, they just went for it. Alright, fair enough. Hey guys, we have Carefree Melody. I mean, the Grim Shard was pretty early. Yeah. Maybe we'll see Aiden equip it. Ooh.
How many notches?
Carefree Melody. It's always 3, I'm pretty sure. I think it's the only charm in the game that isn't randomized, yeah. Welcome, Raiders.
Did you see what was at Palace?
I did not. Surely nothing important, right? I mean, they would have just gone in.
Yeah, I guess.
I am surprised that Team Dash and Morlek, Team Green here, has not decided to do Abyss or Palace yet. They're still running around. I mean, at the moment, they're just cleaning up grubs.
Yeah, cleaning up, yeah.
Which you have to do at some point, no matter what. And if you think about it, if you want to slow roll the board a little bit and just do the grubs cleanup now while you have the chance, you might get a bit more information just by seeing what the other teams mark on the board while you're just running around doing grub cleanup. It was apparently just a soul refill at the top of Palace, so nothing crazy. There's the other Isthmus, which was obtainable for quite a while. It is, of course, green team's first here. And I think this is the first time we haven't seen either team do Fog Canyon yet, so this is definitely a contender for where the Lantern could be, for sure. Charm Notch Fog Canyon, perhaps? This is our refill. I feel like one of the most forgettable checks in the entire randomizer is coming up for Aiden, which is corner for Fog Canyon. It's like so out of the way. If you don't have, I hate this check if you don't have D gate, or if you have the Fog Canyon start, it's free. But yeah, without D gate, it's such a trek to get over to corner because you still want to go to archives afterwards as well. But luckily, Aiden does have a D gate this late into the run.
All right, we have a Palace play from Insomnia.
It's happening.
Let's go.
Nothing at corner for Aiden. Yeah, I think it's decently likely that we see Lantern in Palace. And if not Palace, probably Abyss. Oh wait, what did Nosk have? Did Nosk have the Lantern? Oh, it did. Wow, okay. I mean, I mentioned it during the intermission we had, but there is absolutely the chance that Lantern's just at one of those shitty boss checks that you really don't want to do. That's huge. That is quite big for Team Dash and Morlek.
At the very least, there is a grub at Nosk, so that'll tempt the teams into going for it. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like so, I would still be so hesitant to do it because the grub is at the start of the Nosk segment. So if you just leave that grub for the end of the race, you just don't even have to fight Nosk, right? Like, not that I have much experience racing with this gimmick, but I feel like I still really wouldn't want to do Nosk very much. I wonder just like what made Team Dash and Morlek just decide, hey, you know what? It's Nosk time. You know what I really want to do now? I don't want to do Abyss. I don't want to do Palace. We're doing Nosk. Maybe they felt like they were late to KB and Awoke Nail. And they're like, yeah, probably Retirement Home has already done it. But I feel like it's still, they're only like an hour in. It's not that crazy.
Either they think they're late or they think they're early, maybe.
Could have just been a, you know, pet check. A lot of runners just like to do specific checks just because they have a history of finding good stuff there. And even though it doesn't make any logical sense, it just becomes a pet check to do. Although maybe it is just as simple as, hey, I wanted to get the grub and I didn't want to come back. Yeah, Nosk and Collector both required fights this seed is very amusing. I'm so curious. Team Dash and Morlek picked up, like, you pick up the King's brand at Collector and you're not even tempted to go into Abyss. Like, yeah. I can't believe that.
There's a goal there.
Yeah, which, I mean, I guess they're just hiding the goal. But, like, nothing you've marked, like, suggests... I mean, I guess it can suggest it's in Edge somewhere, maybe. Oh, I don't know, it's just so weird.
Oh, we're fighting the Mimic.
I mean, at this point, the only remaining random obtains are the 2 Dreamers they still need. Which, very likely, at least one of them is in Palace.
They will have to, yeah, probably have to go in and find.
4 Shrooms, the other one. So if we're holding out hope for a retirement home comeback, we really want to have good pickups in Palace here.
I guess the fact that they are missing what 3 random obtains there means that maybe they felt like, you know, I'm at Nosk, might as well do it just in case.
Yeah, yeah. But like Nosk is like close enough to the bench that I feel like you don't really lose much by just putting it off until later. Insomniac struggling a little bit going up right side Palace. That buzzsaw is just the bane of my existence, I swear. Today I learned that this C-dash is possible in White Palace.
I've never done that C-dash before. Okay.
I have learned at least 3 things this race just by watching Insomnia do basic movement. A Dirtmouth Stag would be a nice pickup if both team members didn't already have Dirtmouth, but you know, is what it is. Did Insomnia do right side first? No. Do you do right side or left side first? I feel like everyone does left.
I think I do right side first.
Really? Okay, you're just weird then.
Well, for me it might be like 70-30 in one direction because I kind of just go with
mix it up. Oh my god, that is cursed.
I haven't raced often enough to have a pattern. I just do whichever I feel like because it doesn't matter.
No, it does matter. It's a principle thing. It's about consistency, dude.
If I raced more, I would probably have a preferred side.
I mean, look. So far, Insomnia has not found a single useful pickup. Oh, E-key. Okay. 2 checks.
2 checks.
2 checks. We could see something spicy in there. Aiden is heading into Watch Nights, which is going to yield them nothing. Unfortunately. Meanwhile,
how many checks? Oh, there's a Dreamer in Path of Pain.
Oh, okay. There we go. Insomnia finally picking up something nice. Yeah, Sportshroom at Shadestar would be a very good find. I mean, again, we've seen Aiden and Valentin just completely ignore Palace and Abyss. They're opting to do like a bunch of really like less optimal checks. Like they've chosen to do Trader Lord and Nosk and etc. I wonder if they're just confident that Team Retirement Home would mark off. No, but they already have the Lantern. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting decisions, but we'll see how it pays off for them. Underline picking up the last Basin Grub. Will they continue to Broken Vessel? Looks like they were deciding if they were going to do it and decided that yes, they are. So we're going to have a first Broken Vessel clear here for the Team Retirement Home. I think the only, I mean, really all we can find here is just the Sports Room, or the remaining Dreamer, I guess.
Sports Room Dreamer, yeah. Would you take on Lostkin as well? Oh, there's a key here as well.
Yep. Yeah, it's only 3 checks. It's not great, but
key.
I mean, it's a fair point, Jamie. Like, yes, both teams are required to get the KB at some point, but it just feels like to me that it's very possible that by now, Purple team could have already done Collector, gotten the King's Brand, and gone into Abyss, done an Abyss clear, and like they already have Sports Room or something. Like, it's very real that Sports Room could just be in Abyss this seed. And if you just slow roll that Sports Room mark, then, you know, if you're just relying on waiting until Purple team mark off the goal, then it might be too late by that point. But, you know, it's not like they're wasting their time, obviously. Like, they're obviously doing a bunch of other checks instead, which are just as equally likely to be any of the required stuff. And yes,
Attic
of
has
course,
noted
Valentin
that,
has headed into Abyss as we've been speaking, so they have finally decided that it's time to do it.
Dadig has noted that Team Retirement Home found Fragile Greed, so maybe there's
Is
something
it
behind that.
Hmm.
That was from
3
Path of
months.
Pain, it looks like.
Yeah, I think it must have been. And Insomnia is electing to do Upper Palace for the 1 check at the top. Which is, actually, I think Lore Tablets gives you an extra one as well, so it'll be 2 checks up here.
Are they running with Lord Tablets?
They're not, never mind. Getting my gimmicks confused. Yeah, it'll just be the Soul Totem then, so 1 pickup. But, you know, you never know which one is the Sports Room, could be that. Yeah, it's alright, chat pointing it out as well. Just, like, take half of what I say, pretend like it's completely wrong. Sports Room was at a Bish Shriek? Wait, was it? Maddie's, all caps did.
Well, in case the
I don't
commentators
see
missed
why they
it.
wouldn't. I don't see why they wouldn't have picked it up.
Well, the goal is to check the tablet, not to pick up Sports Room.
Right, I just don't see it in their recent items. That's all. Oh, they have. Okay, they've just picked up a lot of things. Fair enough.
Right, it's on Aiden's screen, but it's not on Valentin's screen.
Yeah, wait, what's happened there? I guess they've picked up 2 things at the same time. Yeah, it just desynced a bit. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Commentator's just slow. Okay, well, I think it... I mean, to be fair, Team Dash It More like does still need 2 more Dreamers. They're lacking 2. We know one of them at the very least is in Palace. If... Yeah, it looks like May didn't find the other one in Palace. So there's 1 in Palace, meaning they do not even have to do
They
a
don't
Palace to concede
necessarily
at all.
have to. Yeah. But it still is the question of where the other 2 Dreamers are.
Yeah, and surely, like, with 3 Dreamers missing, they must be thinking that surely one of them's in Palace, right? Like, it's the densest area they've left by far. I don't think you can put it off indefinitely. Like, you're missing 3 Dreamers. There's gotta be 1, though. Yeah, so go mode for Dash at Morlek is just the 2 Dreamers. Meanwhile, Team Retirement Home is missing... What are they looking for? They're missing the Sports Room. I believe they picked up the Tram Pass by now, right? Yeah, they have.
Yes, they have Tram Pass, yeah.
So it's just Sports Room and 1 Dreamer, I think,
1
for
Dreamer
Team
for them.
Retirement Home.
Mhm.
They do have a bunch of catch-up to do in terms of goals, and neither team's elected to do Colo 1 yet.
Wait, sorry, where was Lantern again? They need Lantern too.
Oh, the Lantern was at Nosk. That's right. And yes, the KB is actually required as well. They have to do Sword of Void. But, you know, we're fairly confident that the Team Retirement Home will get around to that eventually. Yeah, I mean, sooner rather than later would be better for them if they want to have a chance of staging a comeback here. Valentin just now clearing no eyes, getting that goal marked off. I mean, they can black out the board right now. You know what? I think so. Valentin just picked up nail upgrade at no eyes. I think the Stone Sank check's also a nail upgrade, if I recall correctly. I am wrong. Well, I tried.
I wonder where their last scrub is.
They're missing 1? Which one would they have left? Archives, maybe? Did Aiden actually go to Archives?
Yeah,
Actually,
I think Aiden went to Archives.
He must have. I don't know then. Missing 1 of them. Might be a CP grub or something. Oh, actually, potentially could be the 420. Oh yeah, Valentin hasn't been down here, so it is just the 420.
Oh, it's just this one. Okay.
Yeah.
King Stab.
Surprised he didn't even bother to come down, but fair enough. He's doing it now that they can clear the gold.
Well, I mean, yeah, they need that.
Yeah, but like it's pretty. I don't know. It's still a bunch of checks, and you're not losing that much time by having to backtrack through all this area. Okay, that's their last grubs. They have marked that goal off the board. They'll be marking off Sporshroom relatively soon. And if I had to guess, I would assume Valentin is going to go and do Colo Zone immediately after this. Is very much lacking Essence here. No, not Essence, Soul, so we'll be picking that up.
Hoping by the time he's done, that Aiden will have found Dreamers in Palace. There's only one there.
Alright, chat, what do we think the last two Dreamers are? We know they're not in Palace. We know they're not in Abyss. So there's just two Dreamers magically floating out in Hallownest. Do we have any guesses? I think my current guess is at least one of them is at Shio.
Have they checked NMG yet?
There's not been an NMG check, I don't think. And there's also not been an EQ check either.
Yes, yes. So there's Lurian left and also the Duke Dreamer left.
Yep. So we should only need to see one, but I don't know. I guess there's a world in which Valentin finds both the Dreamers before Aiden gets the Aiden gets the one in Palace. It seems unlikely. Yeah, there was nothing at Flower Quest this seed, luckily for the runners. No crazy cursed Flower Quest stuff.
Oh, did you see that exploding bat die all the way down?
What was this in Kingdom's Edge? Underline? Yeah. I'm going to be picking up the King's Brand very shortly. Which probably means they'll immediately go and do that afterwards, if I had to guess. And yes, Valentin is starting Collar 1. Aiden should be finding the first Dreamer in Palace quite soon. Which means it is just a question of where are the remaining two. We only need one of them for Team Dash at Molek. Where are they hiding? Double at EQ would be so funny. I mean, Team Retirement Home still hasn't checked their EQ, even though they found it in Palace.
Have you ever seen this strat of having a mosquito outside the collector arena to greet nail? So
to D-nail? I have not.
I've never seen that.
I feel like if you have Dream Wielder, it probably is just good, right? Like with Dream Wielder, it doesn't take much time at all to do it, and you're getting 2 spells back per Dream Nail. But yes, obviously if you Shade Soul to the left, it just freaking dies. Aiden finally heading into Path of Pain. Insomnia, Carefree Melody.
And the King's Brand pick up.
Indeed. There's the Carefree Melody mark. So they need Lantern from Nosk, and they need Spore Shroom from whichever garbage check Spore Shroom was at. I've immediately forgotten.
It's in Abyss.
Right, it was a bit shriek. Yeah, okay. I should be getting that pretty shortly then. Assuming that they don't skip the checks, which they might do. I would hope they don't, but at this stage in the race, you could just be trying... Nah, okay, they're not gonna. If they're doing Lifelike Core, they're gonna full clear it. Yeah, we definitely might see that, Maddie. I mean, considering we have not seen the remaining 2 Dreamers from either team yet, there's a very real chance that it is just going to be a race. The problem is that Team Retirement Home still has a bunch of goals they need to clear, with Colo 1 being the main one. But like, even once they find the Lantern, if they do find it, they still have to do No Eyes. once they get the sports room, they still have to do the sports room goal. And I don't know how many grubs they have left, but there's still some grub cleanup to do for them as well. But yeah, definitely not the biggest one. 7 more, okay. It's not too bad. I guess it depends which ones they're missing. Aiden has finally picked up the Monomon for Team Dash at Molek. He's gonna be using the C dash strat through this room that I'm sure everyone uses except me. Oh, Under picked up the sports room, yep. Cool, cool, cool. I think they skipped birthplace and are just heading straight for the void pool, which I do agree with. I think you should skip the entire rest of this area. Yeah, for sure. You're missing Lantern, and Lantern could still be an Abyss, but I don't mind the play. There's the greed pickup for Valentin. I don't think Retirement Home ever checked the greed, did they?
I don't think they did.
Could be a Dreamer at greed. Oh, Aiden getting kind of comboed in Palace there. Whereabouts was the E key check? Do they have it already? Oh, they do. Okay. Both teams have the E key. We're getting a Shape of Un check. There was not a single person in chat who guessed Shape of Un, I don't think. So we'll see if Valentin knows best than the entire chat combined. King's Idol, and then Aiden gonna be doing the final Path of Pain check in a moment. We'll see if he first tries the final room. I'm sure he probably will because he's better at the video game than me.
I wonder if after this he's gonna close. I wonder if he's gonna take the last Palace check.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see in a moment. Yeah, turns out Valentin didn't find anything at Shape of Un, so, you know, obviously chat knows better than Valentin, clearly.
Oh, that's true. So, Dash and Molek have black out of the board, so they're going to be worried that they're finishing, so they need to get goals done.
Yes, yep. So they're going to start doing grubs for sure, and I'm guessing... yeah, I guess grubs is the main focus, because if they are blacked out, they might not be able to do Color 1 fast enough. So probably they'll get all the grubs cleared, mark that goal off, and then Unaligned will immediately start doing Color. But yeah, surprisingly, the Dreamer count is actually completely even for both teams. Even though that there's been a full blackout for one of the teams here. Is it going to be Sheer? It is not Sheer, wow.
Pretty cool, like in this situation, if you're green team, you are incentivized to, I think, to black out the board to make the other team do goals instead of doing checks.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
I guess
they already did the goals anyway, right? Like, that's just basically
I guess it doesn't
what
really
they
matter.
did. I mean, in this case, as Chat has pointed out, it has incentivized Retirement Home to do the NOS scrub without doing NOSC. So
True.
If we were saying that that was one of the reasons that the Team Dash at Moloch had decided to do NOS to begin with, then, you know, you're taking that reason away from them. For sure. It seems, I mean, I'm going to be very surprised if this race finishes and Retirement Home does actually do NOSC. It could happen, and it probably depends on how cursed the Dreamers are, but I'm kind of expecting that NOSC will get put off pretty much indefinitely at this point.
Have they gotten the NOSC scrub yet?
Oh, there's the Lurian pick up Aiden. Lurian. It was E-Key. It was E-Key.
It was an E-Key.
Of course. Man, they should have known. Okay. If instead of doing Colo, we need Insomnia to just do E-Key now, because Dreamers are also worth tiebreak points.
Oh.
Yeah, Dreamers and Fragments are worth tiebreak points, so them and she is as well. Okay, this is big. So they're gonna get a tiebreak point off this. They're going to be picking up the Lyrian. Oh, no, don't wolf out. All right, good. So May is going to be picking up an extra point for Team Retirement Home here. Unless... Oh, no, surely not. Wait, where are they going? Dude, Dreamer was in Black Egg. Oh my god.
Oh, we love that, dude.
So rude. Look at this simultaneous start for Valentin and Aiden, completely in sync here. Oh no.
Exactly two checks that Dreamer locked, and the dude was behind one of them.
What are they doing? Grubs? It must be grubs, right?
Must be the last grub, right?
The Darkness grub, probably. But like, why not go from DV? I don't know, I guess you just prefer it from above. That must be the only grub they're missing, I think.
Yes,
they are missing
one.
It's going to be worth as much as the Dreamer was worth anyway. Underline does not have enough time to do Collar 1 here. So the real question is, can Insomnia get this grub and then also do the Soul Warrior before Team Dash Up More Like finishes? That's really the question right now. Or actually, that hazard respawn's rough. Okay, seems unlikely at this point.
Oh, they don't have the lantern, right?
No, they don't. Yeah, I think it would have been close before, but now Insomnia's not going to have enough time. Yeah, we could see a Radiant's death. That is true, Aggie. I have faith in Valentin Aiden that they won't die, but I suppose weirder things have happened. Alright, there's the grub. Are they going to go straight back to Iki? I mean, maybe they won't. Whereas they are, but it's going to be too slow. Oh, if that hazard respawn cost them, that's so unfortunate. I mean, look, it's one tiebreak point. It's not that big a deal, but, you know. Does Insomnia have time to just blitz Soul Warrior 2? How bad is this Aiden pattern? Not that bad. Aiden is on the climb. I don't think Insomnia has the time here. Yeah. Because the check is it's the actual Shade Soul check. It's not the Warrior.
One,
if it was the Warrior, they would have picked it up. Wait, do they have the... It's upon last hit, though, right? Oh, Valentin kind of had rough climb here. Oh, she is going to get it, right?
It is last hit. It is last hit. Yeah, it's last hit, not first hit. Okay.
So they do pick it up then. Oh, okay. Very nice. Wow.
Nice.
Was very tight. Okay, so I think it's a 29-31. With GGs from Valentin and Aiden.
GG.
Valentin gave me the WTF, presumably because of the seed. Mouse collector required. It was indeed a 29-31. They did barely finish in time. So I think we'll be getting the teams pulled in for an interview very shortly. Everyone's in. Just missing underline. GG's, everyone.
I would like to see a big thank you to Snowy for the Dreamer locations.
Yeah, I think Team Retirement Home didn't quite see it because they were just goal rushing at the very end, but the Dreamer was at Black Egg Temple. So, you know, just
oh, we only had 2 Dreamers until the very last second then. Okay, damn, that came in clutch.
Dreamers
I thought we had 3 the whole
as
time.
well. Dreamers
Yeah,
was
3
also...
Dream.
Yeah.
3 of them were locked behind Path of Pain out of the 4, so yeah.
I had the cleanest White Palace Path of Pain in my life, by the way.
Yeah,
I had
so good.
super quick with it.
I had the biggest piece of trash palace of my life. I don't know what that was, but I excuse everyone about it.
Still cleaner than anything I can pull out, no doubt. Yeah, we're so close towards the end. I mean, given, like, when as soon as Green Team had the board marked, I think Retirement Home, you guys just immediately started goal rushing, but they were actually still not go mode. Like, they were later to the Dreamers than you guys were. So,
yeah,
I mean, of course,
I think
in the last one, but they were hunting for it.
I think when you're gambling on like
lantern?
no.
Really?
Yeah,
where was
yeah.
it?
I'm actually curious. Yeah, I mean, go ahead, Valentin.
Yeah, the lantern was just a mask.
It was it?
And
Nice.
I-
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like when you clear the
Uh,
deepness grabs, you also just do Nask after it always.
Yeah,
I think
which
it
is
full
what
cleared everything.
is what we assumed while we were watching, given that you guys did decide to do NOS so early. Because I was
Yeah, but
telling
it's-
Azra, I was like, I probably would personally leave that grub like till the very end just to avoid having to do Nosk at all. But yeah, it definitely worked out well for you.
Yeah.
Also, we definitely marked the QG grubs early because I hadn't done the QG stag one. I didn't realize that until it was like
Oh.
our 44th grub or something.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. Well,
Um,
you did end up getting all 46 eventually, regardless. at the
Yeah,
very
yeah.
least.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, that's both teams just rushing Monarch. We know what's up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's 3 checks now. Like, we had a
And he had
spell,
fireball.
there's no universe I'm not doing that shit.
No, it's
Yeah.
definitely the right call. Here's lesson for everyone, all the people watching: kill your Molex, do it every seed, beat them up. It's not always dash, but you know sometimes it's claw too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that
given
we
we had... Oh, you
go ahead. Go ahead.
Given we had, feeling pretty under the weather, I will absolutely take 29-31 against top seed.
Yeah, it was not a bad performance at all.
Yeah,
This
I
was
think
definitely a snowy seed, and yeah, dash first check. You're welcome. You're all welcome.
Oh, it was so good.
Yep.
No
Dash,
walking,
strength,
no walking. To seed.
Shaman, Sprint Master.
Yeah, what do you want? What do you want? Have it all.
Yeah, I looked into the log after we finished, and I would like to apologize to Vala. Force Knight had a 6-notch Dash Master.
It was
Ah.
so sad. I wanted to go pop.
Sorry you couldn't overcharm the seed.
Yeah,
For your,
we never fought Force Knight. That would have been my
Like-
next check after Shades of where we got the Dreamer though.
I fought False Knight and then walked out after picking up City Crest and forgot the Geo chest for like 20 minutes.
No.
I was like, if this is something good, I'm gonna feel so bad.
Luckily, it was not.
Yeah. But no, I'll take that. I had a funny death to Grozmother, but we ignore that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You taught me that you can blow up Grozmother with the Vengefly. I didn't even know that. I was commenting on it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is such a big brain
Yeah.
play. And then you killed
yeah.
yourself.
But yeah, itemless, that
Yeah.
strat is like actually goaded if you get an early dreamer.
Yeah, it looks so good.
Yeah, I did it as well this seed, and I didn't die.
Okay, no one likes to show off.
Just for your information.
Yeah, I did die to CG2 though. I went into the
Yeah, I
fight and
did.
lost it 2 seconds.
No, you
Both
guys
teams
copied
died
each
in
other.
I died to CG2, applied my nail upgrade, and then lived to CG2. But no, that was fun. I made a few routing mistakes, and we
Everyone does.
definitely like flustered a bit at the end, but we got the goals that sort of were available to us, so that's good. I was mainly concerned about not leaving like freebies on the board by the end, and kind of just minimizing our loss margin, and by 2's kind of best case scenario.
You were about, I think you had about 5 seconds to get that Dreamer at the end, May. It was very tight.
Yeah. It's always Iki, what can I say?
It is always Iki.
Especially when
did get
Iki's
Iki
in
pretty
Path
early.
of Pain.
Yeah, you guys got the EK a lot earlier than the other team.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
had so much other stuff to do.
We'd
Yeah.
kind of done our split a little awkwardly, so I didn't have tons of stuff to do. So as soon as White Palace was available, I made a beeline for it, because for all the White Palace practice I've been doing, I might as well, see some benefit from it.
Actually use it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
definitely a call.
Yeah. And we wanted to finish the grab areas before we did Palace. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys delayed. I mean, I commented on it a few times in the race, but super delayed both Palace and Abyss that seed. You got the King's Brand like significantly earlier. I just didn't know Abyss dive.
The thing is, when you have 46 grubs on the board, you do the areas of the grubs first and assume you're just going to go after the grubs, or hope you didn't go after the grubs.
Yeah,
And if
that's
you're not, you start doing stupid stuff.
you start doing Nosk. I guess
Yeah, yeah. I guess you just Nosk.
Yeah, I think we kind of did Light Nest too early for our own good sort of thing, because we weren't really incentivized to actually do Nosk because we
Well,
had so little damage.
yeah, I mean, like, interestingly, both teams did Light Nest around the same time. It's just that clearly, Fountain and Aiden value that that Nos check a little higher. Decided it was worth doing at the moment.
No, it's just I did the Nostrop pretty late in the seed. I just did Lightness early and skipped the grub completely.
Oh, okay.
And then when I did the grub, I also did Nosk.
Yes. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
I had nailed 4 shades already in Nosk. I'm not a complete degen.
All right, I'm gonna do Nosk at the earliest possible opportunity then.
Shout
My
out
next
to
race just
Fluke's Nosk, by the way, for being like insanely good.
Yes, it does make that fight way easier, way faster, I should say.
I had no money for the Lucas when I was there, and I never went back. Oh, yeah. Also,
Alright.
Snowy, did you enjoy the shaman in Dark Journey?
I mean, like, you know, you gotta do it. It's basically a requirement, I think, that you do Dark Journeys at the earliest possible convenience.
Not at all biased. Yeah.
No, there's no bias here. I don't know what you're talking about. All right. Any of the runners have anything else they want to comment on before we close it out?
Well, just GG to the other team. Thank you, Under, for persevering through Fever, and good luck in the rest of your races. Thanks, Comms. Thanks, Maddie, for waking up at the crack of dawn.
Yeah, Maddie, the real MVP, catching
Or
literally
the crack of
everything we missed.
late at night. I'm not sure.
And also, there is a match in 2.5 hours between AOP
Yes.
Blaspheman, Henry, and old Tom Bombadil.
Yeah, tune
So,
into
yeah.
that one for sure. It is very soon, so if you're still around and you're not going to sleep in the next hour or two, chat, I would tune into the next race as well. It should be quite good.
Did they have comms for that?
Yep, comms are Maso and Aggie.
Nice.
Cool,
Where's
cool.
the next
Alright.
match with no comms? Alright.
Alright, thanks everyone. GG's to both teams. Good luck in your eventual rematch whenever it happens. Hoping for another tight race. We might get around to comming it. If I can. We'll see. But yeah, thanks chat for tuning in, and we'll catch you all pretty soon.
GG's.
GG's.
GG.
GG.